that's a huge way that the organization fell apart. The YBI, aka Young Boys Incorporated, what's up, y'all? It's your girl B. Octavia, and I'm coming to y'all with a new video. Now, today's video will be the YBI, aka Young Boys Incorporated, Part 2. But before I get into that, let me just say one thing, and this will be my disclaimer. If it's anything negative that you gotta say, that you feel obligated to comment, I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm not going back and forth with nobody, okay? No nonsense B, that's just it. I do talk about situations and people that came before me, but if you take it in a negative way, that's on you. Now, in today's part 2, I will get into the demise of the YBI, and also there are several updates on one of the bosses of the YBI that I did want to talk about. This organization met their demise in quite a few different ways. As the demand for heroin was less and less in the Detroit area, the organization, number one, took a major L because they were only, as far as I know, they were only producing heroin. Heroin was the product that made their organization blow, literally. And especially once the crack epidemic hit, and it hit hard, in my opinion, that's a huge way that the organization fell apart. And the organization, to me, it fell apart for the first time when the first indictment came down. They didn't let too much time go by for them to really calculate another plan. They just put different people in the position as boss or as leader, and they was just figuring it out as they went. And that lasted for about 6 years until the next indictment came down and wiped a lot of other people, new people, or new to the Detroit scene, or they done came back from Boston, etc. And they got clipped. Quite a few major players of the YBI was killed or locked away for a very long time. Butch Jones was one of the only founders that was left. But even escaping death doesn't mean that you escape a prison sentence. During that first indictment that came down upon them, he did time for that. He was released, but shortly after that, he was hit with drug and murder charges. This time, however, he cooperated with the feds so that he can get a lesser sentence. It's unclear if the murder charge stemmed from the murder of Dewayne Davis, but that's what I think. It only makes sense because the rumor already was the original indictment only came down because of Dewayne Davis's murder. Now, him doing that 12 years or so, that was enough time for the feds to really build a case against him. It was already word on the street for a long time. So if it was stemming from the murder of Dewayne Davis, then and I see why he decided to snitch, because he already knew that that was going to come with life or something close to it. And it probably is a lot of people that either would want to talk about it, or the police can easily build a case against you based on what everybody else is saying. As far as recent updates on Butch Jones, while locked up, his mother passed away, which is very unfortunate, because I don't even think a lot of people are able, especially like if you behind bars, are able to pay that fee to go see their loved one for the last time. So I don't know if he got to do that, and that's heartbreaking, but it comes with what you've done and what you've done with your life. you know. Anybody that puts, like, when you think about it, anybody that puts they parents or whoever was a guardian to them, they family, if you always put them in a position to want to care about your situation, and the feds picking on you or building cases against you, that's pretty selfish to me. The life of a criminal, to me, is like, you very selfish. You want things how you want them, and it's not gonna always end up like that. And also, I heard that, I don't know if he still has COVID, but Bruce Jones was looking for to be released early because of COVID-19 and things. And I think that a lot of people are being released just because of COVID. And it's too many people in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't properly quarantine with 4 or 5 people in one cell, or even, a whole bunch of people in one cell block. It ain't even that you not guilty. It ain't that you feel bad about the past. It's not, you wanting to show any redemption as far as you being a changed person. You want to get out because of COVID-19. Whether you got it or you scared that you gonna get it. And that's for a lot of criminals, and they really getting out. You gotta always think about reaping what you sow. And you really gotta look at your past, look at what you've done and haven't done, which is spread positivity and things like that. You gotta know where you belong is where you belong. A lot of them people that didn't survive that time, where y'all think they would be? If they weren't unfortunately gunned down, etc., where do you think they would be? They would be right with you. It's just that you're the last one standing, the last main figure standing. And now, after everybody, then the majority of the YBI is locked up and confined for a very long time, you had a couple different chances to not do certain things and to not get caught up, and you want to get out. Do y'all think that he served enough time? I don't think that way about everybody. I think that it all depends on your character. It all depends on what you literally have done, even if it's word on the street or not. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it's mooing, it's a cow, okay? To me, a huge downfall of the YBI originally was, you can have a lot of founders, but a lot of people can't be boss. A lot of people don't want to share that. They don't want to share the title of boss. That's why it really should only be one. I think that it was too many branches, too many franchises, too much to focus on, and everybody don't got the same heart. Everybody don't think the same way. Everybody not gonna keep to the original plan, and that's where they met their demise. I think honestly that Bruce Jones may have wanted to be that one. He wanted to be the only boss. Is it ironic that after Raymond Peoples gets out, he gets gunned down too? As one of the original founders and a boss of a crew of the YBI? Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Now, as far as the fourth one, I think his name was Mark Block Marshall. It does not say that he made the cut as a boss of a crew. So who knows what type of resentment he had. They don't talk about him after the first indictment fell down. So maybe he's locked up for quite a while. And although the YBI did influence a lot of groups after them and a lot of crews after them, I think that those crews realized where the YBI met their demise. And I say that because None of the other ones did it exactly like the YBI as far as the structure goes. The structure of a crew is everything, and when it's too many people to listen to, egos get involved, insecurities get involved. It's all men. Nobody can put their pride aside, or even if it's one person that can't put their pride aside, that spoils the whole thing. So I think that, if it was structured better, they might not have met their demise as quickly. If they were able to adapt in a certain way, they wouldn't have met their demise that quickly. If they were able to work together more and stop adding people, you know what I'm saying? This one become a boss, that one become it's too much. It was all too much. They were, if not the first, they were one of the first African American drug cartels that Detroit has ever seen. And people can debate that all they want to. Give them their props, at least for something. Give 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 the men their props for something. I think that when a person of the youth says it, some of the elders just can't digest what is being said, and I think that's one of the hugest things that's like annoying to me. It's like, just because I'm saying it and I'm in my 20s, it doesn't mean that you have to feel some type of way. But that's for a whole nother video. Of course, there will be people that support you and people that don't support you or don't want to see you win. But look, it's just not gonna get nowhere with me. It's a lot of stressful things that's happening at this point, and I'm not having it. So that is all for the part 2 of the YBI. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm trying to get y'all feedback as much as possible. Even if you don't comment, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Okay? So, with all of that being said, I'm going to go handle this headache. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. It felt like I got whiplash. I don't know. Anyways, subscribe, like, all of that. Make sure the post notification bell is turned on. Even if it is turned on, I want you to turn it off and turn it back on. Difficult, right? Yeah. Do it. It's your girl B. Octavia, and I will see y'all in my next